boys and girls. I hope you enjoyed the prologue to The Wise Enchanter by Shelley Davidow. Today we're going to read chapter 1. Now, if you remember in the prologue, the Wise Enchanter is worried that the master of darkness and ignorance, Urkel, is going to take over the world. So he sends his daughter Gadrin, in the shape of a dolphin, to find 4 children from all corners of the world to go on a special quest. They are supposed to journey through the alphabet and find all the letters and sounds so that they can bring wisdom back to the world. So here's chapter 1. As Sifo put his head down on his pillow, he immediately began to drift back to Africa, to the place where he had been born. It was the first day of the long school holidays. Sifo was tired after his adventure with the dolphin and the sea sprite, and had more questions than ever that needed to be answered, so he went to bed early. Often he dreamed of the giant trees and rolling hills of Zululand, and on this particular night he dreamt of the rocks and waving grasses behind his family's old mud hut. He dreamed that he walked out into the warm, starry evening, carrying his sleeping mat to lie down under the stars. As he lay down on the mat, he heard a deep voice. "Sifo," it said, and seemed to rumble like the distant thunder of the first summer rain. When he looked up at the night sky, he saw a handsome warrior standing in the shimmering starlight. "Who are you?" Sifo asked. "I am your ancestor. I am your father's 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 father. Do not forget where you have come from." "I won't forget. Why are you here?" he asked, and shivered, though it wasn't at all cold. "Because I've heard the many questions in your heart." "Can you tell me the answers?" "No, I am here to give you courage. Only you can make the journey of learning that leads to wisdom, and only with wisdom you will find the answers that you seek. You and your friends must make this journey. When you wake up, you will remember that your task will be to make pictures of all that you find on your way until you have filled a book. You must look carefully to find the secret signs that will unlock the wisdom of the world. There are 26 symbols in all, and you must uncover every one. Then, when the book is heavy and full, you might find that you have been searching for. Remember, I am here, Sifo. You may always find me. I am your ancestor, ancient and ageless. Wherever you are, I am." Sifo heard the deep voice grow fainter, and when he turned his head, his ancestor was gone. The mat felt very soft underneath him. Slowly he opened his eyes and saw that he was far away from Africa, lying not on a grass mat, but in a bed with blue and white sheets, in a house where the morning sun was shining brightly through the window, and the warm voices of his parents were drifting toward him from the kitchen. Later that morning, the 4 friends met down on the beach. Sifo told his friends his dream. They listened carefully. "And so," Sifo said, "I know what we have to do. We have to make a magic book. We must fill it with the things we find along the way. We must look for the 26 symbols that will unlock the wisdom of the world." "Yes," exclaimed Lauren, "and I have just the book. After the beach, come back to my house and I will show you." So when it was time for lunch, the children went to Lauren's house. In her bedroom, she took a large, heavy book from her shelf. It was a beautiful handmade book with a leather cover embossed with intricate gold designs. Lauren opened it carefully. The book was full of blank pages, just waiting to be filled. "My mother made this," Lauren said. "She said it was to be used for something special. I haven't found anything special enough for such a book yet. But now we do have something special enough," Sifo said, as Lauren flipped through the many clean pages. "Yes, this is the book, the magic book. The others all looked at the book. It seemed suddenly alive with magical possibilities. The golden designs on the cover shimmered. Lauren flipped to the first smooth, clean, white page. Then she carefully took out her best crayons from a drawer next to her bed and handed them to Sifo. "You start, Sifo. Put something on the first page." And Sifo began. He drew his ancestor in Africa coming to him in a dream. When he was finished, he looked at his friends. The drawing was so beautiful that no one could believe what they were seeing. Sifo himself could hardly believe what he had drawn. "I drew this, and yet I couldn't have." "Look what he gave us," Sifo said, and showed them his ancestor standing there so straight, with his assegai held firmly in both hands. "He is standing like an A. He's my ancestor. He's always there when I need him." The children stared in astonishment. They all took turns tracing with their fingers the beautiful letter A that they saw in the ancestor. "I've never been able to draw like this before," Sifo said softly. "There is something extraordinary about this book." "It's magic," Lauren said. "It's not just any old book." And here is the picture that Sifo drew. I wonder if you can see the letter A. Can you trace it with your finger the way the children did? Up and down and across made the letter A. So they found the first of 26 symbols. I assume you now figured it out that the 26 symbols are the letters of the alphabet. And putting all those letters together, we can find all the wisdom in the world. I look forward to chapter 2.